Have you ever wondered how we know the exact 3D shape of a molecule? Something so tiny we can't even see it? Well, it's not magic, and it's not super complicated either. It all comes down to one simple, elegant rule. And today, we're going to learn that rule and use it to predict the very architecture of the molecular world. Let's jump right in.
So it all kicks off with this simple little puzzle. Take a look at these two molecules. We've all heard of them. You've got water, H2O, which has this kind of V shape, it's bent, but then you have carbon dioxide, CO2, and it's a perfectly straight line. Now think about it. They both have a central atom with two other atoms stuck to it, so why on earth aren't they the same shape? The answer, you'll see, is way more intuitive than you might think.
Here's our game plan for cracking this case. We'll start with that mystery, then uncover the one simple rule that's behind everything. I'll introduce you to the theory that organizes it all, and then, the best part, I'll give you a 4-step guide to predict these shapes yourself. We will absolutely solve our water and CO2 puzzle, and then we'll find out why any of this really matters in the real world.
Okay, let's get right to the secret. I want you to forget all the complex chemistry for just a second. The entire, and I mean entire concept of molecular shape boils down to one simple intuitive idea.
This is it. This is the key to the whole castle. You know how electrons are all negatively charged? Well, the electrons that form the bonds between atoms and any extra electrons just kind of hanging out on an atom, they all have that same negative charge. And what do like charges do? They repel. They can't stand each other. They push away, trying to get as much personal space as they can possibly get. That's the rule. Simple as that.
The absolute best way to visualize this is with balloons. Seriously. If you tie two balloons together at the knot, what do? They naturally point in opposite directions, a perfect 180 degrees apart. Now, tie a third one in. They'll spread out into a flat triangle. Add a fourth, and they pop into this 3D shape, a tetrahedron. They automatically arrange themselves to be as far apart as possible. Well, guess what? Electron pairs do the exact same thing.
So chemists took this really simple idea of repulsion, and of course, they built a formal model around it. It has a kind of intimidating name, VSEPR Theory. But don't let the name fool you. We already know its secret.
So, VSEPR stands for Valence Shell Electron Pair Repulsion. It's a mouthful, I know, but let's just break it down. We're talking about the valence shell, that's the outermost layer of electrons. We're looking at the electron pairs in that shell, and we're focused on their repulsion. See? The name is literally the instruction manual. It's just the official scientific name for our balloon.
All right, now for the fun part. We're going to take this theory and turn it into a practical, step-by-step tool that you can actually use. Get ready to become a molecular shape predictor.
There are just 4 steps. That's it. First, you need a map of the molecule, which is its Lewis structure. Second, you just count the groups of electrons around that main central atom. And here's a pro tip. A double bond or a triple bond still just counts as one group. Think of it as one area of electron density. Third, based on that count, you figure out the overall shape of the electron groups, just like our balloons. And finally, step 4, you figure out the final shape by looking only at the atoms, kind of ignoring any electron pairs that aren't in a bond.
Okay, tool in hand, it is time. Let's go back to our original puzzle, water versus carbon dioxide, and let's apply our new 4-step guide and see what is really going on.
But first, this one distinction is absolutely critical. We have 2 types of geometry. The electron geometry is the shape of everything, all the bonding electrons and those non-bonding lone pairs. It's the shape of all the balloons. But the molecular geometry is the shape we actually see. It's the shape formed by just the atoms themselves. So here's the crucial part. Those invisible lone pairs are still there pushing everything around and influencing the shape, but we don't include them when we name the final molecular shape.
This table is basically our cheat sheet. Look, 2 electron groups will always give you a linear electron shape. 3 groups give you a flat triangle, which we call trigonal planar. And 4 gives you that 3D tetrahedron. But now look at that last column. Depending on how many of those groups are invisible lone pairs, you can get different final molecular shapes, like that bent shape we see with water.
So let's solve carbon dioxide. The central carbon atom has 2 electron groups, 1 double bond going to each oxygen, so 2 groups. How do 2 groups get as far apart as possible? They go to opposite sides, right? 180 degrees, a perfect straight line. The electron geometry is linear, and since there are no invisible lone pairs on that central carbon, the molecular geometry is also linear. Mystery number 1, solved.
And now for water. This is where the magic happens. The central oxygen atom is bonded to 2 hydrogens, sure, but it also has 2 lone pairs of electrons just sitting there. So that's a total of 4 electron groups. And what shape do 4 groups make? A tetrahedron. But remember, we only see the atoms. So imagine a tetrahedron where 2 of the 4 corners are invisible. What are you left with? You've got the oxygen atom in the middle and the 2 hydrogens pushed down into a bent shape. Those invisible lone pairs are still there, pushing with all their might, forcing those hydrogens down. And that is why water is bent.
So we can predict shapes. And yeah, it's a neat trick for chemists, but why should you care? Why does it matter to any of us? Well, as it turns out, in the world of molecules, shape is everything. A molecule's shape literally dictates its job. It determines its properties, like its boiling point, but it gets way more interesting than that. The whole reason a medicine works is because its 3D shape is the perfect key to fit into a specific lock, a receptor, in your body. Even your sense of smell is all about shape. Get this, the molecules for spearmint and caraway seeds are mirror images of each other. The only difference is their 3D shape, and yet our noses can tell them apart instantly.
It all comes down to this single, incredibly powerful idea. Form dictates function. The shape of a molecule defines what it does, how it behaves, and how it interacts with the world and with our bodies. From the water we drink to the air we breathe, it is all governed by these simple rules of geometry. So the next time you look at a drop of water, hopefully you'll see a little more than just H2O. You'll picture those 4 electron groups pushing each other apart, creating that essential bent shape that makes all life on Earth possible. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Now that you know the rules, what other invisible shapes are quietly governing the world all around you?